Oh, no worries. I started it up.
Then from Montreal, we're waiting right into the sea. Yeah. We can definitely go. Just give me a nod.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the king.
To the king.
Thanks, Mike. We have one more toast.
Ladies, gentlemen, and comrades, a toast to Canada. Canada.
Okay, Speaker, you can sit down now, and I'll go ahead with the next portion of this.
Me?
I say that to a lot of you guys.
Try to turn on the chimes, like come back in seconds.
That's perfect. Whatever for it.
Sure you do.
Oh yeah, you gotta have it on your
You're awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. No one's not now?
No, that's fine.
I'll
Yeah.
only take one as well, man.
He wants to come back.
Want a bun?
No, thank you. No. Thank you.
Can't argue about that.
There's girls, there's guys, everybody. It was lovely. Thank you.
At this time, I'd ask my good to come up forward.
You know what I always say? We will remember where we got the clock.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Canadian Veteran Freedom Riders, I would first like to call up our Treasurer Don. If I may ask that the Canadian Veteran Freedom Rider members please stand up for a moment. Because of these, ladies and gentlemen, we continuously are able to do donations to the Royal Canadian Legion Ladies Auxiliary Club every single year. No further ado, I'll pass over our treasurer.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having us here today. I'd like to make a little presentation to the Ladies Auxiliary on behalf of the Canadian Veteran Freedom Riders Long Range Reconnaissance Patrol, Bruce-Grey-Owen Sound, towards our Honor Our Veterans Fund of $750.
I have a loud voice too, a very loud voice. And the Freedom Riders, I'll tell you, they're the best. They are the best. Thank you very much. This is not the first time. This is not the first time. Mark your back. You're always honoring everybody else. Well, tonight we're going to honor you. With the help of a few other of your Freedom Riders and a few other people, thought that this would be a great time to do this. And seeing that I am on the committee for the Quilts of Valor, Tonight, we're going to honor you with a quilt of valor. Mike had 2 UN tours. He went to Germany in '77. Did I meet him there then, Lawrence? Were we in Germany in '77?
84, 88, we were there.
Okay, he was in Cyprus in '81, and he was in Haiti in '95. He is a retired WO who served in the Airborne and the PPCLI. And how well I know that because of my own 2 sons that were in that. Before he became a MSc OP. Mike is an outstanding individual, and that's for sure. He is always helping in his community. He was the president of the local motorcycle riding club, Freedom Riders as we call them, who put a lot of stuff out into this community. He was the driving force behind having the park built to honor one of our fallen soldiers, Corporal Mitchell. And is always going and he is always giving to our branch and our auxiliary, as you know. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Now I have to do a little bit of the Quilts of Valor to let you know about it. It's thank you for your service, okay? And on behalf of the Quilts of Valor and Canadian Society, in recognition of your service and sacrifice for Canada and all the Canadians, it is a privilege and an honor and to comfort you. Though we may not know the depths of your sacrifice to protect and defend our freedom, we thank you. As a gesture of gratitude from the grateful nation, we will be presenting you with the Quilt of Valor, Mike. But first of all, I got to read you something here that I have to say that my son, one night, when I was reading this, he said, "Mom, you got to do more than that. So you have to say more." So I made up some of my own stuff, and my son made this up, okay? It's Quilts of Valor. In 2006, a local Edmundston quilter presented quilts to 3 Canadian Armed Forces members who were recovering in hospital from injuries they received in Afghanistan. It was her way of saying thank you and giving some comfort to these military members. She was not prepared for the impact of meeting these young brave men and learning firsthand of their injuries. It made such an impression that it has taken quilters Leslie Zeal in a direction she never imagined. From these humble beginnings, Quilts of Valor Canada was born. The Quilts of Valor Canadian Society has presented quilts to thousands of recipients who are coping with injuries both visible and invisible. These quilts are made by volunteer quilters from across the country who wish to show their appreciation to our injured Canadian Armed Force members, past and present, for their bravery and commitment to Canada and its citizens. The quilts come from individual groups and guilds, men and women, young people, retired Armed Forces members themselves, and many others with no connection to the military. Our mission as a society is to ensure that all Canadian military members, past and present, who are ill or injured as results of their service and sacrifice to our country, are recognized and honored with a Quilt of Valor. The need for our quilts continue to grow. At present, there are approximately 185,000 veterans, many of whom are eligible to receive a Quilt of Valor. To date, we have presented nearly 18,000 quilts, each one a handmade hug stitched with love and gratitude by grateful Canadians. My name is Irene Surridge. My father was a veteran of both World Wars. I also have 2 sons who are both recipients of a quilt. I'm therefore honored and humbled on behalf of Quilts of Valor of Canada to officially recognize the service that Mike has made to us. Thank you, Mike. He's getting a pillowcase too. Okay, very good on the other end of this. And Mike, on here, it says, made by the Dufferin Quilts of Valor. And it's got your name on it, the whole bit. Go see. Put it over here and we'll show the people before we, whoop, whoop, whoop. There, let me hang on to one end.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for this true honor. There's so many people to thank in this audience. One of the ones that I've worked for is retired Chief Warrant Officer Larry Surridge. Thank you, sir. I want to thank my comrades from the Canadian Veteran Freedom Riders. Most importantly, though, I want to thank all veterans across our country. Receiving something like this as an individual is an individual. Receiving something like this is the most important because it takes a team to succeed in anything we do in life, especially in the military. So thank you again. I won't keep your time. And I wish everybody the very best. Well done, Mike. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. And here.